This week on Into the Box, presented by Alibaba Pizza. The Coquitlam Adanacs have fired their general manager Kevin Hill. We'll chat why and was it unexpected. And lastly, we'll look at the BCJALL Lacrosse League standings for this week. That and so much more on this edition of Into the Box, presented by Alibaba Pizza. And this is Into the Box, presented by Alibaba Pizza. Again, I'm your host, Tally Campbell. Starting in news first, the Western Lacrosse Association with the Coquitlam Adanacs Senior A team have announced they have fired their general manager, Kevin Hill. They announced Thursday morning. Kevin Hill notified Into the Box that on Thursday morning he was called that he was released of his duties, but was not given a reason. The Coquitlam Adanacs president, Ed Postat, released this following statement. The Coquitlam Senior Adanacs have decided to release Kevin Hill from his duties as general manager. We thank Kevin Hill for his dedication to the game of lacrosse and the work he has done for the Senior Adanacs. Assistant General Manager Sean Johnston will take over the duties of General Manager and will be assisted by Head Coach Todd Stockdale. Sincerely, Ed Ponsart, President of the Coquitlam Senior Adanacs. So again, is Kevin Hill has been released of his duties for the Coquitlam Senior Adanacs General Manager, and Sean Johnston will be his replacement as General Manager. At this time, we're now joined by Off the Crossbar host, two-time Mann Cup champion and current play-by-play for the Victoria Shamrocks, Teddy Jenner. Teddy, did you see this coming?
Not really. Kevin Hill is was the youngest GM in the Western Lacrosse Association, and he was trying to make some moves to help the Adanacs become a better team and a more competitive team in the Western Lacrosse Association. But it wasn't something I saw coming. I know he was trying to work with the Westberg deal and get something done that was right for his team. But apparently it didn't go the way that the board of directors of the Adanacs wanted to. So it really did come as a surprise, not just to myself, but pretty much to Kevin as well.
We've heard very little of why Kevin Hill was released of his duties. Can you furthermore tell us what's happening if you know anything?
And speaking with the people that are around the situation, I haven't had direct contact with the Coquitlam Adanacs and Ed Ponsart directly, so I'm not putting words in their mouth. But from what I can gather, one party wanted to keep Westberg and Coquitlam, another party didn't want to keep Westberg and Coquitlam. And the easiest way to remedy that situation was to let Kevin Hill go. And the situation was made clear with Westberg that he could go back and play with Oakville. So, Kevin Hill wanted Westberg to live up to what he said. He said that he was going to commit to Coquitlam and play in Coquitlam. And Kevin wanted to keep a local player with Coquitlam and the Adanacs, and he felt that he was a player that could really benefit. But at the same time, Kevin didn't want to stunt a young player's growth. He wanted to get what was right if he was going to make the deal. And he wanted to make sure he got what was fair for Westberg. And things went, not everybody's way. And the deal was put him forth and the deal couldn't be made. And then we find that Kevin doesn't, he gets called, as he said, on his commute the next day. And he doesn't have a job anymore. And he's been relieved of his duties. So it was surprising that how it happened. And, obviously the Westberg situation is heavily involved in what's transpired with Coquitlam.
Sean Johnston is a replacement for Kevin Hill as the general manager. Is this a good move by the club?
I think he's good for now. He's familiar with the situation. He knows the guys. He knows sort of what's been going on around the club. So he's a guy that was there. He was an easy promotion to make. Are there other people out there that could probably be a GM for that club? I would imagine so. There's probably not a lot of guys with GM experience floating around the Lower Mainland, but there's probably, why wouldn't you want to keep a guy that's, from the organization and make him part of your organization? Maybe someone that has ties. Like, I'm throwing names out, but why wouldn't you ask a guy like Pat Coyle to be your GM? There's guys that are out there that would maybe love a shot to try being a GM. And so I think Coquitlam could probably find somebody. But Scott Johnston was just the easy fix and the guy they went with.
And lastly, Teddy, do you see Sean Johnston being the replacement for long-term or is it a short-term replacement?
Again, without having spoken to Ed and the Coquitlam Adanacs group, I can't really answer that. I guess if they put him into place and he makes the moves that the board of directors want him to make and he makes moves that benefit the club and they see him being their guy moving forward, then why not? They may just say, okay, we've put somebody in place. Let's see what's out there. Let's see what we can do. It could be either. So, the Adanacs made a decision. They are okay with it in their opinion, and they're moving forward with Johnson. So that's the way this business works. It's just, sometimes it doesn't go everybody's way.
That was Teddy Jenner, a host of Off the Crossbar, TSN 1040, two-time Mann Cup champion, and the current voice of the Victoria Shamrocks. Big thanks to Teddy Jenner for joining us on today's show. Changing gears now to the BC Junior Lacrosse League, where a trade has occurred between the Coquitlam Adanacs and the Langley Thunder. The Langley Thunder have traded Lucas Sundar to the Coquitlam Adanacs for Hammond Jones. Sundar in 8 games last season had 10 assists for 10 points, while Jones in 6 games this season has 8 penalty minutes. And we are now midway through the season for the BC Junior Lacrosse League. Now we're going to take a look at how the standings look for this season so far. The Coquitlam Adanacs lead the way with 20 points, tied with Delta. However, Adanacs still have 2 games on hand. The Victoria Shamrocks sit in 3rd place with 16 points. The New Westminster Sandbellies are in the final playoff spot right now at 10 points, followed by the Nanaimo Timbermen at 9 points. The Langley Thunder are in 6th place with 8 points, Saints at 7 points, and finally Lakers in last in the BC Junior Lacrosse League standings at only 4 points. That is how the BC Junior Lacrosse League standings look so far midway through this season.
Hi, can I get a...
Alibaba Pizza. Satisfy your cravings.
And welcome back to Into the Box, presented by Alibaba Pizza. I'm your host, Tally Campbell. A special treat this week, courtesy of the voice of the Nanaimo Timbermen, Dan Marshall. It's Plays of the Week from week number 2 in the Western Lacrosse Association. Take a look.
Saunders, Ratcliffe, Turner. And a feed for Iannucci was behind him. Here's Turner now. He'll fire, scores! Alex Turner beats Penny Lowe under the glove.
Maple Ridge have another opportunity here in the second period as they go to work once again. As Goodwin will control up top. Mallory now down low on the left side as that shot by Goodwin scores. A nice play by Connor Goodwin.
Can't feed King, can't handle it, pops in and out of his stick, gets it back. King, Veltman, takes the shot, scores far side. What a shot from Darryl Veltman as he gets his first as a Victoria Shamrock.
Tie it up, a steal from Kyle Ross, 5-on-3, draws a penalty. Ball finds Gillespie, and he killed a good minute off the clock, and now we're 4-on-4 as Schuss takes to the floor. He has the ball, Schuss with a shot, scores! Nice little stutter step move and fires one between the legs.
Second period. River gets back onto the floor. 30-second clock is now moving. Mac Johnston from the outside, winding it up. Johnston passes the ball off. Here's Ems. Ems winding, passing. Ratcliffe shot, and he scores. He's got 4. KO Ratcliffe. It's 10-7.
Barton's going to take that pass by Johnson in front as Gillis fights for it now. Good job by Barton to race back to the sideboards and get it. Now here's Johnson on the left side. Johnson in front for Gillis. He finds space, shoots and scores. What a shot by Gillis.
Just played the 1-2 with Jones. He got a nice seal pick and then just fired as hard as he could past Roy.
And that's all the time we have for this edition of Into the Box, presented by Alibaba Pizza. Big thanks to all of our guests on today's show. We'll see you all back here next week, right here on Into the Box, presented by Alibaba Pizza.